It's time for Power Hour.
This universe
Flipping coupons in the
is
stock market.
one of an enormous number, maybe even an infinite number, of other closed-off universes. So the idea that we are central, that we are the reason there is a universe, is pathetic.
Gentlemen in the mix. We have to simply come to grips with the real universe that we really live in. And if some of our myth, some of our religion is inconsistent with it, it's time to change the myth and the religion.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the
S&P 500 all-time high stream, you know, amongst, I think, the Dow Jones and others. I mean, individual stocks, some of them are blowing up, you know, Nvidia, AMD all-time highs. Just many semiconductors, the companies are just blowing up right now. I guess we'll look at those, and you know, that's really the big reason for going live during power hours, the last 60 minutes before the daily and weekly close. And it looks like, unless we get some sort of major pullback in power hour, we're going to be having the highest weekly candle close in human history on the S&P and Dow Jones. So that's just wonderful that they're breaking it right now. Here it is, right? I mean, it is unfortunate. You think about, like, wow, Bitcoin is still woefully far from its all-time high. And you've got these index funds doing it, man, today. So if the Hey song was spirit linked to the S&P, we'd be playing it right now over and over and over, and y'all be losing y'all's freaking minds. So if this is real and there was follow through, which you just don't know, it could easily reverse as whatever on Monday. But if you were talking about a major 1.4 or 1.272 fib extension from this high to low, you're looking at a 516 target. 1.414, 534, 1.618, 561. That's all you got, because you could be in price discovery. Now, I would really be paying attention to that 1.272, because that could just be like a higher high double top. But for now, rest well and easy knowing where we are. BTU, Peabody Energy alert going off, chat. All right, highest level officially since October 18th. So this is a trade setup. Wow. The trade setup became even more powerful because the entry for this trade setup was posted because of the buyers defending, or they, you know, 2275 level from 2017 was defended. And it seems like you got a formal, perfect, I mean, just absolutely perfect Chubbs from Happy Gilmore tap, you know, the spring back test of spring just a couple days ago, gapped up yesterday, and now the fall through. And now it's like, oh, it was strong before. Now it's impeccable. It's impeccable now. Because now you have like confirmation low, upside like $33. 33, whatever you could say. That high right there. 32.50. There you have it. Oh my God. All right, the sellers tried to take out that trading range low and they failed. And now just historical levels being defended twice. And now you're above the 200-day simple moving average. There was probably some sort of death cross into golden cross. See, so death cross into the golden cross, and now you're trading above the 50 and the 200. I mean, wow, Mr. Peabody Energy Corporation looking solid, more solid than it was. I think this was posted, trade setup maybe late November, maybe mid-December, can't remember. But that's it, man. That's beautiful. Holy crap. Anyway, just random beat going. All right, Jesus chimes for Facebook. Zuckerberg, all-time highs right now. That it was just touched by a penny. Set that alert up for that. So talk about unbelievable recovery, upsloping consolidation and breaking out, and now just touched the highest level in human history. 100% retrace from the high to low. But you know, you just touched it. You didn't break it. Right? That was the alert for that. So. All right. Let's just make sure Zuckerberg keeps, you know, farming those really expensive cattle. But my climate change, but my CO2 emissions for farming or something. I don't know. You know, whatever they say in Davos. Beautiful. This is not only for Meta making all-time highs. Here's Nvidia. Nancy Pelosi knew the partial decline in retrospect was incredible. That's TA respect, man. A bullish rectangle and the event of testing the top of the rectangle and then failing to see the bottom, but then
good afternoon,
after that
Mitch.
testing
Can
again,
you look at WIF on lower time frames?
decline and
3
eventually
white
you win.
soldiers on 1 hour and bullish reversal candle on 4 hour.
Satan Slayer, hello, welcome, always welcome. We don't like Satan here. Okay, the 6s. We like the 7s, right? We can look at WIF. And we can look at well, no, dude, come on. What is wrong with y'all?
WPLS.
Why is everyone just have this just unhealthy obsession with that guy and his coins? Why is it every stream? Dude, there are people that like are literally they're influencers specifically for that crap. For that, only that. They don't do anything else. It's just that. Those are where you should be requesting that stuff, not here. Hey man, stocks all-time highs, and bro, can you look at like Pulse Chain? I mean, I appreciate the contribution, but come on that front. Good God, man. We someone should write a book on how well he has indoctrinated people into a cult. Like, what did he do to make it so powerful? Like, where he has a grip on people's souls. So, if you're talking about a 2618 from the rectangle high to low, you're talking about a $682 2618 way up there. I would believe it. $600 first. You just got to go by the zeros and the sixes here. Okay, Bitcoin.
Bruh.
Trading now above 42,000.
Bruh.
Let's go, dude. We had this massive. All right, I didn't even talk about Bitcoin because there's so much activity. AMD all-time highs. I don't care what percentage is up. It did it, man. There it is. Well, it did it yesterday technically, but you didn't have a candle high close all-time high. You intraday all-time high, but the close was lower than before. But this, in 48 minutes, we will have the highest daily candle close ever on AMD. And how incredible is it that this level that was once resistance all-time high, it was back tested formally as support today. And now accelerating upward. Just crazy, man. Started with that falling wedge and the confirmation low at the ice line. Right? What I try to teach here is you're looking for, right, uptrends. The trend is your friend. You're looking for bullish patterns in bullish trends because they're going to be more reliable. And if they're more reliable and they're in the right trend, then they could very well outperform. And you're looking for an area where you can strategically place the entry and the stop loss. And that just means doing it at a level from history where there has been reversals to the upside downside. That was certainly one. $94 to $98, swing high 2020, multitude of times. You can see it. It's been support resistance. That's it, man. So it has turned into an unbelievable rally. The Santa rally has turned into Santa. He's got his confetti and his kazoo and
unvarnished opinion on Snapchat.
Brian, thank you, man. Yes, we can look at Snapchat. I'm sure it's doing quite well today. Thank you, dude. But yeah, there's just all kinds of like pumps today, like Intel. It's not really that big a deal. It looks like it's bottoming out after a little pullback. I mean, anything above $43 is eventually $57, $58. I mean, that thing was amazing. This was a triple bottom trade setup way down here. And look what it just ended up being, the absolute bottom. So the trends reversed completely, and now you're in kind of no man's land. I get how you could pull back 50, psychological, couple levels here, short term. The harder target, that's like the midpoint of the range, 50. So I think 57, 58, if this keeps up, man, this is crazy. You got like Micron doing things. Look at this. Working on its highest daily candle close since March 2022. The wedge, this channel, whatever, you broke out of it. You even back tested the supply line as a demand line now, and you're running. This is what happens in really bullish conditions, man. It's crazy. Marvel, look at this. Remember that time that the momentum was shifting back into the arms of the sellers, and then they broke it back above the key level? $55, and now number go up, achieving its highest price right now since April 2022, and the hard target $76 to $78. Oh my God, the audio is so loud. What are y'all doing, man? It's okay, whatever. Who cares? Okay, so let's it's just so much, man. Look at the gold miner or silver miner, whatever. Precious metals, BVN, just incredible, dude. Like if it breaks 16 bucks, it's gone, dude. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Check on Bitcoin on the big screen. Again, as early as a few hours ago, was breaking down, was breaching the level of all levels. The gate of Minas Tirith was being knocked down. But guess what? It's not about the breakdown. It's about, is it real? Well, we know that by follow through. We know that by candle close confirmation. None of that happened on the daily. Look at the daily. The buyers are defending the level that they have defended December 11th, 12th, 13th, 18th, January 3rd, January 18th, and now the 19th. They keep defending the most important level on this chart right now. So real. Resistance, resistance, support, resistance. Now support again. I love that. I mean, if you're above 42K, you're in great shape, man. Like that's the data. If price is trading above key inflection point, very good. If it's trading below, very bad. We're trying to figure out what's happening here. I'll show you one thing that's really good on the 4 hour that I don't want to give any like false sense of like crazy hope or hopium for people to smoke, but the 4 hour is starting to size up pretty well on the oscillators, where I can just show you here a very, very real bullish divergence on the MACD and the RSI. I mean, that's beautiful, right? You make this low, then you make the slightly lower low at the support. You got an engulfing candle too. And then you have this. This is just undeniable bullish divergence. Like, to ignore this is stupid. Like, I'm just saying, right? Like, you can't omit how real this is, how perfect it's set up. Very rarely you getting it that perfect. That was some divergence there.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Thank you so much. Yeah, so let's see what kind of performance the 4 hour bullish divergence gives us. So far, it's...
Can we look at Doge Coinbase?
I don't know, is that the amount, the right amount? Yeah, we can, whatever. Yeah, so that's kind of like your highlight of the day on Bitcoin, is the utter defense of a level that had to be defended, and at that level, a bullish edge that implies that sellers are exhausted currently. Not so significant of a time scale, but still very good. I'll take it all day. You needed that. You had to have it. All right. Ethereum pretty much back tested that 2400 level, right? I mean, very close. And guess what? Not on the RSI, so it's not as good as Bitcoin, but on the 4 hour, look, I mean, that is just so real until it's not. Like a low and then a slightly lower low on price near a support with lower levels of negative momentum. That again, that's bullish divergence. So what are we just consolidating here? We just like, is it just like this? I don't know, man. Like what we got? Is that developing? Just, that's not bad. Not a bad structure there. Certainly a supply line. I'm not worried about it right now, but that's okay. My bad. Yeah, no, the good news is there was no, I don't know, maybe a little bit of bearish divergence. Every peak you're making lower levels in the RSI, but not discernible on the daily at all. Okay, and then XRP, I mean, there you go, right? It's maybe the type 2. You're getting closer and closer to just being able to say, wow, there's like a discernible type 2 return of a bullish Gartley, which that's what kind of feared. Oh man, at this level. Yeah, so again, you're not in bad shape yet. Like, this is still a very valid structure and could be doing the most important thing, which is the confirmation low, which you got it briefly. All right, we'll keep our eye on that. It's real, man. It's not a joke. And then you got BNB. It's hanging in there. It's holding up.
Added to my ETH hold today.
All right, Doobie. Well, I mean, Ethereum's elevated, super elevated. And 2400 was the last place you could strategize appropriately, like with at least some sort of reasonable stop. But again, because, you know, all the other entries are long gone now. BNB just, I think, bullishly consolidating, trying to, holding up. They still haven't tested that supply line again. Okay, then Sol. Sol was like doing it, and then it's just, I really don't know if Sol's gonna hold this here. They're trying to. I mean, if Bitcoin holds 42K or 40K to 42K, then I would think assuredly Sol would hold its own inflection point. It's just kind of crazy how, like, Bitcoin's testing and breaking support, and so is Sol, but then Bitcoin defends, and so does the Sol army. Okay, you had a false bullish breakout here, bearish engulfing candle, but again, this level 89.50 just being tested and tested and tested over and over and over again. So I guess you could say at this point it's kind of getting neutral, because you got higher lows but lower highs, so you're contracting lately. Dang, man. Chop City, though, we're talking, these are huge swings every day, big swings in price. Chainlink making a comeback after that bearish back test was confirmed, and then some hidden bearish, all that hidden bearish divergence. Now all of a sudden, positive momentum's building. Now you're soon to be retesting 1567, 1642. So, and breaking that $20, but you just haven't yet. You're just up against it. Yeah, weird vocals. I get it, man. Sometimes this is a new set too. I don't know. Sometimes they're like that. Berserk Manga, it's not happening. Not going to happen at 40,665 holds. And that's the big mystery. We don't know if that level is going to hold. All we know is the importance of that level. And you can tell how important it is just by the price action we've been receiving at it. That's right. I mean, 40,665, there's history there. Okay, that's the battleground, an ancient battleground where the wars of old echo true even today. There are artifacts. Walk around 40,665, you're going to find olds, bulls and bears, horns, and their shoes, right? Like the bull shoes they put on the bulls. I'm sure, like horseshoes. And I don't know, bear hats, where, you know, like the funny hats they put on bears. There are many of those at this level. It is sacred, hallowed ground. All right. I don't know if I really saw anything that was like doing too crazy. I mean, Unibot's back up. Let's go. You know, it was down like 13% yesterday, up 16% today. Look what they're trying to do. This old resistance is being regarded as support now on Unibot. Very promising. There was certainly no
Twilio Incorporated weekly, daily 3 rising valleys and backtested historical levels. Looks pretty good? Keep it up, bro. Love your work.
Sheik, we can look at Twilio. Thank you so much, man. I'll try. He says keep it up. I'm trying, man. Okay. But thank you for watching. Thanks everyone for being here. That is here, because it's not a normal stream time. It's Friday. A lot of reasons. And Bitcoin's not really pumping. It's just holding support. People don't really get excited about Bitcoin defense of levels. They only get excited for pumps, like massive dumb pumps. And it's like, well, that's not really happening today. But I think, like, more importantly, that the other thing's happening, right? The buyers defending. So, other assets up today, you got comps up. The comp was just still making higher lows. Mother of God. I mean, they're still holding it up above the 200 moving average. it's actually kind of fine, you know. It's just in the dead middle of the range. Seems like if this keeps up, it'll eventually see 70 again. But then it's like, man, is this Wyckoff accumulation? Is it kind of like Ethereum Classic, you know, toward the tail end of the accumulation phase, or the schematic? And that means like you'd be maybe in phase D, last point of supply. I'm not sure, but a bunch of higher lows lately, right? Theta was getting wrecked. Theta broke support last night, but then just like Bitcoin, the level is being defended right now. Less than 4 hours till this is closed. That's a big deal, man. Like, that's a huge deal. All right, they're trying, dude. It looks like all is over. The momentum shift into the hands of the sellers, but dang, man, the buyers are not giving up yet. How can they with Bitcoin holding? Ethereum Classic. Okay, so the historical inflection point is being defended. They are trying really hard right here. So this is a big event. Just know it's like always resistance, man. Always resistance. Resistance. It's been support before. Okay, it really has. Like a couple, I don't know. It's been support. Like 2017 it was support. 2022 it was support, and maybe they're trying to do it here. This is like the potential backup after the Wyckoff accumulation range was broken. It was a breakout. Now they're just making sure it's real. So this is a really good development on Ethereum Classic, holding a key level, flipping from resistance to support. Could have insane repercussions. Very good. I guess we'll just look at Doge because I think someone requested it, but I was just going through some of them and looking. Doge, not necessarily at like a great level. Right, I think 6.6, 6.5 cents is the biggest level. But yeah, buyers coming in. You haven't seen positive momentum on Doge since December 14th. You've been correcting since early December. Still above the 200 moving average. Anytime you pivot, it'll be a higher low than the previous lows. I really don't know how you could be like, all right, it's hard to, again, man, I'm looking for the ones that it's a no-brainer. This is like, you got to think a little too much. Like, do I just make a stop loss now below 7.4 cents? But it doesn't really make sense outside of the local lows. Yeah, I mean, back, like, the closer you are to 6.5, 6.6 cents, I think is the closer you are to the most optimum entry level where you can strategize stop loss. So it's just correcting some after testing a major resistance. I don't know if we go to the less significant time scales, man, I mean, maybe it's trying to bottom out there, right? 7.8 cents. What is that on 4 hour? It's candle low close and a wick high. So they're trying to keep it above that one level. Just maybe diverging, converging. Again, man, it's kind of like one of those. Now, one thing that's real in the 4 hour, we'll see if it turns into anything, is that right there is a bullish hammer engulfing candle. It's a Japanese candlestick reversal in the 4 hour. So, I mean, that's good. But other than that, nothing really crazy. But yeah, it's trying to confirm a bottom, maybe. All right. That's your Doge, dude. Yeah, coin flip-ish, but and there it is, man. 40,665 is important, but also 42K, right? I mean, just because you defend one, they could just be back testing a level that was support as resistance now for the first time, because when it was breached yesterday, market participants had no idea if this is real. They could be trying to confirm it as real.
Twicer.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Let me check this. See some requests, man. WIF for Satan Slayer. Hold on a sec. Let's check it. WIF. WIF. I don't see a WIF. Wait, yeah, I do. Wait. Dogfi. Oh no, I knew it was gonna happen at some point. Someone was gonna request it. Oh boy. What am I supposed to do, man? You know, such little data. I can just tell you that you can only draw a few lines here. Okay, so is that a bearish 3 drives? This is all I can do on this asset. This is your new S coin. Arthur Hayes likes it too, I think, right? Cool, bro. I guess above 33 to 36 cents, you've broken out and you're back testing the breakout. Below that, look out below. A lot lower to go. There you go. 2 levels, 2 big zones. You're broken out of one, and that's cool. Whatever. There you have it. Is there something you wanted to know? Because it's like a high, the higher high, the higher high. These 2 levels are lower than the first high. I mean, it's like kind of definitely bearish divergence, you know, but like it could be too powerful. Like if they're defending the resistance as support, that's confirmed. They're confirming it. They're trying to anyway. There could be a lot more upside. This is a bullish breakout, though it doesn't really look like phenomenal. Look, man, if someone owns this, I think like as long as the person who owns this has some sort of stop loss set up like 31 cents or something, go with God. Go with the breakout. Have fun with your lottery, you know, whatever. But below that, I just don't, there's no valid reason to own it below that because the reason is looking left. That's all I can give you on something like this. Okay. Yeah, see, Bitcoin graffiti, it is. And it's like they're marketing, it's like Safe Moon 2.0, 5.0, 80.0, whatever. Your next Safe Moon. It'll probably, because they're throwing tremendous amount of money into marketing this crap. Yeah. The fact that I've heard of this and or seen it or read about it on X, yeah, they're paying a crap load of money to get eyes on it, and that could turn into a mania speculative pump to obscene levels. But remember, those end with those terrible blow off tops. So just all I can say is if you have a stop loss set up right there and you're willing to lose that much to protect yourself if it goes south, then we're good. Have fun. If you're at 40 cents, 50 cents, you know, is a psychological resistance. Above that, 75, $1. You could probably use Fibonacci too. I don't really think that's gonna
AI pumping
matter.
itself to get more powerful.
Yeah,
the greatest
1618,
feedback loop in
2618,
history.
85
Long
cents.
QQQ. Short poor people. Short humanity. Long Mitch Ray. Moon.
Yeah, dude. QQQ. Win face tattoo again, dude. Remember?
Technology, what is that all about? Is it good or is it whack?
Yeah, of course. We know that. But it's not about the coin being good or bad. It's just more about people who created this coin are trying to create a fervor, trying to create buzz to propagate the price higher so they can sell to the unsuspecting dumb money that think it is good. So that's what they all are, though. We just use traditional technical analysis framework to identify, you know, a marginally increased probability of a particular outcome. What's up, Martin, man? Martin. Yeah, we can look at bit farms that all the miners had been devastated. What route's going on? Yeah. WIF, man. You'll see above this level, you could be a freaking king. You could be the breakout king. You know, this thing plays out here. The breakout, the back test, fine. If the back test is real, let's go to $1. Let's win the lotto, dude.
Martin Misigi super chatted $49.99. Hey buddy, Could you pull up Bitfarms Limited Bit? Thank you for
Heck,
your
man,
time.
I'll even post it. Let the patrons know. You know, they should know. Like, you can't say, hey, you weren't told about it, despite what happens next. It could easily fail, but dang, man, could also moon. Thank you again, Martin, man. That was, you know, that's 50, so that you definitely get Leroy Jenkins.
I have some evidence, man. Bear Pig could be in this area.
Thank you, dude. Next request. Look, man. I've said this once, I'll say it again. If you are requesting something like for like a Richard Schuler coin, I'm not going to look at it. I'm just not. And you can like have your opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion too, and I'm not going to look at them. And so but hey, look, man, there are people, they're like churches. You can go to like, hey, it's the dude's Richard Schuler Love Fest. Go to his stream and they'll be happy to look at that coin for you. There's no need for me. I'm not in the equation here for that crap. So thank you. And if you never want to contribute again, I get it, but that just means you don't understand really what I'm trying to do here. So let's go to Snapchat for Brian. Gergo, you can request something else though if you want. Just type it in the chat and I'll be happy to look. Snapchat, that is only up 1.3% today, but it was looking freaking amazing. Really was. Oh, I've talked about it. Yeah, it's like a bear, shooting star, engulfing candle combined. Snap's just a little bit of sideways consolidation, right? Just kind of rectangling. It's just consolidating. Just sideways consolidation. It's like a more tame version of meta. So maybe like one low, the second low, it's like bullish divergence on the MACD. I mean, if the trend that has reversed continues, but here's the thing, right? You're between two major inflection zones, right? The top of the old trading range and then the big one from history. To show you, it's just, well, is it even further? No, it's just $21.
Did we talk about the Bitcoin close candle last week on Weekly? Is a teachable candlestick. Is Gravestone Doji or considered invert hammer?
It's not an inverted hammer. It's not a Gravestone Doji. I did like education, like literally showing that on the 4-hour and daily, right? Yeah, it was like the 4-hour, the daily, then the weekly ended up being the same thing. Yeah, it was a shooting star engulfing. So, I mean, I guess if you have a stop below 1530 and you want the trend to continue, that's the only way to do it that I could think of, right? A local stop loss below these local bottoms put in. Right? There's like no other way. Like, what else can you do? You can't. Or you could wait to go long at 1277 for a formal back test. You know, it's a coin flip if you see it or not. So that's your Snapchat. Sheik wants Twilio. What a recovery, man. Oh yeah, this was the three rising valleys type of situation. Looking yeah, right. Accumulation going on. Obviously an M shape completed to some level right here. But the big deal on this one is the $66 to $70 inflection zone that was once resistance in 2016, was support in 2018, support in 2020, was support briefly in September of 2022, resistance in March 2023, June of last year, and now it's flipping to support. So that's always very good. I mean, if you wanted to strategize somehow like a stop loss, it would be somewhere below $70 to $66, and your first target would be 89, which is an overhead resistance from September of 2018, a swing low from October 2019. If you ever broke that, look out, straight up and down and up and down and up and straight down. I mean, above 89 could be 133 very fast. 110.11 maybe that high. But yeah, looks promising. I mean, I'll just show you, like, okay, look at this, and then let's go tripping through time, and then we go back to Google in March of last year. It's the same picture, Larry. It's the same freaking structural development. Guess what happened? Google today, highest level achieved since February 2022, very close to all-time highs. You are $4 or $5 away. So Twilio doing similar stuff. Now the only difference, there is a difference. Twilio had a lower high on the second peak, one peak, the second peak. So it's not a formal through rising valleys because of that. But nevertheless, the three valleys. So it's not bad. And it's at a key level, and they're trying to defend it. And if they successfully defend it, again, $89+. If assuming like this rally we've got going on, this all-time high breakout rally continues. Gergo wants Rune. We shall look at Rune right now. Thank you, dude, for understanding. You know, I know you've been around a long time, so, and you've supported this channel. So thank you for respecting how I feel on things. Well, it's been a minute. You can tell I haven't extended out my zones here. Extend right. Extend right. You know, it's funny. I was actually asked in general chat in the Discord, like, should I go live or go to the hot tub? And everyone overwhelmingly said, hot tub. Forget the stream. And I'm like, you know what? Because you people were so selfless and said that, I'm going to stream. So it wasn't a test, but it ended up turning into a test. And I'm like, you know what, man? That's really cool of people. So, you know, rewarded for selflessness, I guess. I don't know. You know who you are. Oh, let me change the thumbnail. Did we get it? Yep, nice. Got a new thumbnail. Oh, I love that. All the Pepes. Pepe, Angel, Jesus, and Spaceship Pepe.
You know, and I'm not judging you, but I'm just saying everybody else is gonna.
Thank you. Correct. They will. They will all judge. Real quick. I didn't even, wow, okay. I didn't even see this. So, Vega Leaf, thank you for the 2 months of support in the Citadel. Chillwave, thank you for the 13 months of support now. Rudolph, thank you also for 13 months of support. Oh my God, y'all are amazing. Call Me, thank you for joining the Patreon. Viva Vulcan, thank you for joining the Citadel for the first month. Thank y'all. Really appreciate the support. 100% crowdsourced community, so really appreciate that. Okay. So Rune, no edge. The only thing it did was brilliantly, you know, run to test 620 to 658. Tested it once, pulled back, tested it twice. There was an unbelievable, beautiful. This is where you're looking for bearish divergence. That's when it's the most potent and powerful. Anytime you witness buyer exhaustion at a key level after a huge run, you know, that's right. You could just say, hey man, there's a good chance that we see a pullback here after what a run, 1 and 2, and then what? The sellers recaptured prices below 620, and then formal bearish back test, 2 of them, and then since then you've been correcting since beginning of December. And this is very similar to Sol in a way. I think Sol looks a little better. It's like an undeniable, like there's none of this crap there, but you know, you gotta understand that there's only a couple levels. It's either $3 or 620, 660. Anything in between is like the chop zone. You could get destroyed. I mean, you could try to go enter now, and what happens if it goes to $3? Then you're down 30% on your money, and Then a beautiful bullish back test of the 200 simple moving average would occur. A formal and first bullish back test of a key level from history of $3, undeniable, right? That the market participants might want to see that. So what you be looking for, and I'm just saying hypothetical, and it may never happen, okay? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like you as a market participant, as a trader, a swing trader, you always want to be looking for, if the trend's like this and you're correcting.
The reason we wanted you to go hot tub is the hot tub is a time machine, and you could go forward in time and finally accurately predict what is going to happen with the corn and the stonks.
Thank you.
And also see how good looking I am as president.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if it's up to Trump, because I think he'll win if they don't cancel the election or manufacture a deadly virus like they did to justify mail-in voting, because that's fraud. But yeah, good luck. So, like, what you'd want to see ideally in every situation, if you could, this is what you're looking for when you're scanning through 1,000+ charts a day, right? An uptrend, a nice correction where, so, you know, the sellers push it to the only level that makes sense, and then you get something like this. That is the dream. That's what you want to see. When you get stuff like that, it's a no-brainer. It's easy to set up an entry and a stop loss. You're taking action based on an event that is occurring, which is that formal back test, and the upside is maximum. You have maximum upside when you're at a support, and buyers defend the support. That's why you always try to go long at supports, on corrections, in long-term uptrends, because the outcome of this normally manifests into this. So that is even the first time is what I'm saying is like not even, it's still really high risk on the first one because they may not hold it. It may just collapse down to 244, 143. But the second time, that's the dream money shot. That is where, that's it. That's where dreams are made. That's where people's lives change forever financially. Right there. So you may not get it on this ever. It may never happen. But this is what you covet. This is when you're scanning through 1,000 charts you're looking for at all times. Okay? Hidden bullish divergence would be legendary too on the oscillators, you know. That if you blessed enough to receive that too. Does that make sense? I mean, that again, it's not about like what happens next ever on these charts. It's about the framework that I try to teach every day and here to some degree, one aspect of it or another. But it's the framework. It never changes. It's always the same. And once you learn it, you want to stick around because we're all looking for the same thing, man. Just invest in yourself. Right, actually that's the worst time, right? Because prices are probably at their highest. Now, you want to, best time to buy apocalyptic survival gears before you know, the looming chaos ensues. All right, so we had oh, thanks for the almost 600 people here. Oh, on a Friday. Whatever, dude. Bitfarms for Martin. Session top Jesus today. Broke that support and had been free falling. I don't even think today is a very big deal. Look what they're doing though. There's nasty engulfing candle, bearish engulfing candle yesterday. They pushed the price to a low of 191 today with a recovery at a very real level that goes back to, it's this candle low close. That's why I have it plotted. A candle low close, was it? Where is this? I don't even, or was it a weekly? I guess it's like a peak here. A resistance. It's really not. You know what? Maybe I should plot this level too. Like that close there too. It's so tough though right there. I think like that, it's like the resistance and resistance reversal area. Resistance. I mean, you're just at this zone, this level. It's pretty important. It hasn't, you know, I mean, if you're above 188 to $2, I guess you're okay for now. Until you break that, you head down to 126.
Thoughts on GH Guardian Health?
What's up, Dale? Thank you, man. We'll look at Guardian Health. Appreciate the contribution, man. if Bitcoin can hold 42K, it's not holding. It's testing it as resistance, unfortunately. So yeah, if you did break that for real, you're gonna have to test the local 43K now. Like that's real. So it's 43K at 42, then 44,444, then 45.5. So I guess it's interesting. I just don't know if it's good enough, you know, to be like, hey, time to go long. The negative momentum is building. It's still at its highest level today, eclipsing yesterday, highest level since December 2021. How the moving averages. See, fell below the 50, well below the 20. My God. So you need to recapture that 50 soon. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Just maybe an inflection point. But no confirmation low, nothing like that, right? There's no like real strong swing trade long right now. Let's go, dude. It's just not there yet. It takes time. Time for those things to develop.
Since we started out on Bitcoin.
What? All right, Dale was next. I don't know. Martyr, can you? Guardian Health? You mean Gardant Health? Ooh. Oh man, there was a thing. It's so, man. I'll tell you, dude. I get you. I just, like, it's trading below the level that you desperately need the price to be above. In fact, the most recent discernible event on this chart is GH. They're testing the 200 as resistance. They're rejecting 2730 as support. It's now resistance. You're in this nasty downtrend, and you could be near the end of it, of course. But even when like this, you try to call that an M shape. It's kind of like an alt bat, if even that. I think like on something like this, you would just want to wait. You can't really sleep owning this well. You can't sleep well owning it because you're just below the inflection point. But again, it's not about what happens. It's about what you're looking for. And what would be the absolute most incredible thing on this asset is where you would see the buyers recapture this level, and then they would formally back test it as support, and then you would have your first discernible higher low that you've seen in years. You really want, I mean, if you're bottom feeding, if you're looking, you're like, this would be like, hey man, we're in a dumpster and we're just, you know, looking for an opportunity. You gotta find, like, there needs to be like evidence of somebody with enough money that could move this market to their accumulating position. Just because you're confirming a bottom here doesn't mean the trend's reversing. You want to see a higher low at some point. Give me it. And then if you do make a higher low, you want to see it at the most strategic level, a formal bullish back test of that all-time low. I mean, you want that. So it's hard to, you can't really take action yet, I don't think. It wouldn't be prudent. It'd be prudent to wait until you got this. And if you never get it, screw GH. Move on. Look for one that actually is doing this. All right, so we got about 6 minutes till power hour concludes on the stock market. 6 minutes until the highest daily, the highest weekly candle close in human history. That's it. And then in the crypto world, pretty quiet outside of the defense of a level that is more important than you could even imagine. Okay, you look at this level and you see the same level that they're trying to defend, that they've tried and tried and tried again. You can just go back, man. You can go back to yesteryear and just see. So it was resistance there, right? Oh my God, before collapse. But then look here. Look at the same level that they defended it from September. I mean, it was an entire month of tests and tests and tests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tests in a month of this zone, right? 6 bottoms put in. But eventually, once they did finally really defend it with some follow through. All-time highs, man, 69K. So that is where we are. And you see like why I talk about it as just this ancient battleground, dude. Hallowed ground. Maybe they're trying the same thing, dude. A lot more tests this time over a lot more. Not really. It's like this is 5 weeks. I mean, really, that was a month back there, and this is 5 weeks from the first test to now. Similar. Container store. Let's see what happened to it. Would it get wrecked, right? That's not it. Yeah, the container store, man. Well, what did it do? It rallied. See, this is what I'm talking about, okay? About the other one, where you're looking for this event, and then you're looking for this. Because they were trying and they failed, right? If you don't get the formal bullish back test, it may not have been a real recovery. So that, like, because this is like in the alternate universe where it doesn't hold. The spring back test fails. That's why they call it a test. It's an exam. You can fail or succeed. And they failed. The buyers failed the test, and now all-time lows. Even with all the divergence got you a rally, but still well below the 200-day moving average, the lowest high, the downtrend. Again, all-time lows. Bad. I don't know about alts going back to their lows. Probably not. I think where these alts will conclude their correction that they're currently in, it will probably be the highest low since they're the bottom. Like, you will put in a fresh higher low discernible on the daily on many of these altcoins, and they will run again at some point. The issue is just like they could still lose 30%, 50% of their value, and they'd still, when they pivoted after losing that value, be making higher lows. That's the problem. That's what makes it tough. We did look at AMD already. You go past the tardy sauce, man. Do you have the patience? That's a good question, man. Do you have the patience on something like Uniswap? Where like, yeah, okay, it's holding up really well. But dude, the problem is the most recent event is it back tested resistance as resistance again. But yeah, like, it's not easy to manage risk here because the level to do that is far gone. But I don't look at this and say it's all over for Uni. I think like if it does draw down again, whatever, might make a local lower low, but I don't think it's going to be making a lower low or even rival these lows. So I think you have to be patient. And then, hey, what about FIL? Remember this was like the specimen one we were looking at for potentially what we want to see. We were getting closer to it. I still don't know if we got it yet, where you got one low then the second low. It hasn't tested it. You know, you might want like a false bearish breakdown here, a little bit lower to get some divergence on, I guess, 12-hour, 4-hour. But yeah, I mean, these things are still so elevated, and the most recent thing they've all done is put in their first lower high. So tough.
EMG on LSE, please, man.
So G-Dog might. I might as well look at it. Let's go. EMG. Sweat on it. Mind Group. Oh, the Mind Group. This one reminds me, I don't know. Dude, this one's tough, right? Because it's like, yeah, probably this Wyckoff accumulation, breakout, back test. But, dude, it's getting to a point where there should have already been follow through. What are they doing? I mean, they're trying here. By the grace of God, anything above 218.90 is solid. We gotta maybe go to the weekly here. First time looking at the chart. Yeah, see, you're below that high, the first one, which is like, you know, Bitcoin's 2021 high, which is 40,665, 42K. You're below that. And I really like you've been running, but the issue is the high, the higher high, the highest high, the third high, and now momentum shifted because they keep trying, and now a substantially lower high than all three of these highs. And just more formal bearish back tests of that one level. But yeah, you could consider it a zone because of these peaks are being regarded as support. It's very tough here, man. Very tough. You're looking at distribution, but the price is still so elevated. But again, a characteristic here is no longer making higher highs, and they're really showing that. You're ping-ponging between 217, 230 for good reason. I don't know, man. Like it's tough. Like and how do you, if you had a stop loss, it would have to be around 203 or 200, because look what they do. They keep violating those peaks. They do. Yeah, they keep violating all these swing lows, and they're not even testing this 190 swing low. It's choppy, man. But yeah, I know you requested it probably because you're like, dude, bro, look at all this divergence though. Yeah, you're diverging, and then look what's happening after the divergence. Like nothing's really happening. I guess it's just like 230, 235. You hear the alert, then it's probably a real breakout on unfolding. But you can see how many times they've tried and they've just not been able to breach it. So much supply there. They haven't had a real clean break. It's a tough one, man. It's not like you're paying premium. You're technically buying at resistance, right? You'd be buying high here. You're buying an asset that ran up, you know, it went up 240% in 1,000 days. So I guess the trend is still fine, right? You're not making lower lows, but you're just up against a resistance. You're not buying at support, right? So that's the way I guess I would assess it. Kind of more neutral. Harder to manage risk, but I guess you could find a way to construct an argument here, but it's not the best. Does that make sense? Hello, chat. Is this thing on? Stream on? Did I get disconnected? Yikes. Okay, that was the last really request. Bitcoin 41.7. Well, so Jesus Chimes chat, S&P 500, S&P all-time highs on a weekly close. There it is. Highest weekly close in human history. Dow Jones Industrial Average, same thing. Highest weekly close in human history. NASDAQ not. Not yet. Hasn't even seen an 886 yet. IWM, certainly not. But it was the highest weekly candle close on the NASDAQ composite since December 27th, 2021. And the IWM just, yeah, oh yeah, cool, dude. Holding the 200-day move or 200-week moving average. Whoa. All right, man. They got it bottomed out, I guess. Now, we didn't look at gold, did we? We should look at gold, right? All right, it's fish of the weekend for everything. So elevated, man. Still.
Gentlemen, in the mix.
Like they're just, I mean, despite all the bearish divergence, so real, up against the resistance. Central banks, I guess, have just bought too much. They bought so much that this clear, concise, bearish technical indicator at a key level is not able to perform really well at all. It's not really performing. Not yet. It could just roll over soon, but this is to the extent of the performance, which is pretty bad, which I guess is good if you like gold and you want gold to eventually break 2075. I don't understand how it doesn't outside of manipulation, because we're going on 3 weeks into the new year, and the Treasury Department for the U.S. has already pushed us further into debt, another $300 billion, $300 billion in 3 weeks. They're destroying the world reserve currency. They are destroying it purposefully. There's no wonder why the S&P is doing what it's doing. These individual semiconductor stocks, and there had been no wonder why Bitcoin's doing what it's doing. Bitcoin's just correcting now, but yeah, it's just math, man. It's like they're just adding more and more debt, more and more money added to the supply, and that's theft. That's theft, literal theft. They're stealing from you in a politically correct way. Decrepit old Yellen, who's got about 5 more years left till she croaks. She's the one making the decisions. She didn't care about any of it. She gets paid $300,000 to speak at any event. These people are in la la land. They don't Davos and World Economic Forum. People like these elites. They in a free market, they're garbage. So we did it, man. Highest weekly close ever on the S&P 500. The stock market. It's beautiful, dude. It really is. Unfortunately, can't say the same thing about Bitcoin or any altcoin right now. But nevertheless, cautious optimism if they can keep the price above 40,065. Below it, though, man, we're probably going to I think if Bitcoin buyers are unable to keep the price above 40,665, it's going to be like a no-brainer to 38 to test that level. They broke it, you might have to test it. So just know, if the worst case happens, that would probably be worst case scenario in the short term. Okay? All right, so I have, I guess, fulfilled my duty and my oath to ye, the viewer, the patrons, Citadel members. Just giving the updates on the market, and again, I don't think we had any more requests. So, and I've been live for over an hour, and it's Friday. So if all is well with y'all, I guess I'm gonna get out of here too. Maybe go to the hot tub. So thanks for tuning in. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. Hit that like button, that bell, sub, all the things. And then until next time, respect the TA.
Bruh.